Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the BezoSmart Podcast series. I'm your host, Ashley, and this is your number one financial literacy hub. If you're new here, we invite thought leaders and experts and various career professionals to talk about different topics and how they relate to personal finance. Today I have my guest who is Bruce, Emmanuel Bruce. Kind of reminds you of Batman. Who is Emmanuel Bruce? You actually kind of look like him slightly, ever so slightly. Yeah, so this is my guest today, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about who Bruce is. He is a young strategist, marketing consultant, and tech enthusiast with close to 7 years in the digital social media marketing and 2 years experience in brand and building and management. He's worked with and on businesses, brands, and startups, including Hyperactive Digital, Dormant Foods, Ghana Gas, Spiceball, NSMQ, and many others. Still in his formative years, as he's just constantly gathering experience and making impact his mantra wherever he finds himself. That's Bruce. Hi, Bruce. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Ashley.
Really, is that your mantra? Making impact wherever you go?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I mean, I can be part of a project where I'm not making moves that really drive the business or the project to the next level.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
That's literally it.
Whether
Okay.
it's a business or it's a human being,
Yeah. Okay.
I have to do something.
No problem. So
Somebody will say legacy, but legacy is for history. We are talking impact.
legacies for history.
Yeah, I mean, you leave your legacy and then people remember you for years. But I mean, I want to make impact. I want to make the big moves now.
In the hearts of people.
Exactly.
Okay, we feel you. Your bio says you spent 7 years in social media marketing and branding, but I also knew you as someone who is in the tech industry. So can you shed some light on that?
On the tech industry or on the 7 years?
Both of them.
Okay, so basically, I would say I'm a techie from birth, right? Because tech, computers, software. I mean, my main interest is usually in data, networking, and how devices communicate with each other. So I'm not more of the
Programmer. Okay.
Because I retired from that in university.
Oh, you were doing that.
A Java lecturer made me.
I hear you guys write code though, on paper.
Yeah.
So sad.
I think Visual Basic. We wrote Visual Basic on paper, Java on paper, C++ on paper. I was like, what?
Exactly. Like, why are you writing stuff on paper? Aren't you supposed to get used to typing really fast?
So, I mean, since primary, GSS, I've been more interested in computers, how they communicate with each other, software, solving solutions, like solving problems, like creating solutions and all of that. And then in the secondary school, I was lucky to be in I think the second batch studying IT science. So some schools do general science, that's the chemistry, biology, physics.
Yeah.
But we did IT in place of biology.
So supposing you were to go to school
Yeah.
and then wanting to go into tech as a freelancer, so what are some of the equipment that you need? How much are you looking at to set that up, at least at the basic level?
First thing is, why do you want to be a freelancer?
Because you want some sort of
Freedom. You need to learn, because learning online and stuff isn't the only way.
Like, you need to learn on the job.
Yeah. But I mean, let's just get right to it. If you want to go into tech, obviously you need to have a personal computer. I would have said a laptop, but personal
you
computer.
need a desktop computer.
If I say a personal computer, it could be a laptop, it could be
anything.
yeah.
Okay.
So you need to have a personal computer. You need to basically have an IDE where you could have your coding stuff done. There are different
Visual
IDE,
Studio Code.
Xcode or something like that, and the others. It's been a long time since I did those.
Right.
So,
Marketing.
so besides that, I think you need internet, because I've come to realize that day in, day out, libraries get updated if you're using frameworks especially. So you need to have internet connection so you could learn. If your preferred language is Angular JS, you need to be learning each and every time the new trends in there. I mean, what you could do with Angular. If it's tutorials, as a beginner, if it's tutorials, you have to do practice with your personal computer. So basically, I'll just say personal computer, an IDE, and internet.
Okay, how about if after school you want to venture into a tech startup, for instance? You've worked with many of those, so are there some challenges they face that you think someone should be aware of before venturing into this field?
I mean, if it depends. If the person has their own idea they want to take into the
their
next
own
level.
idea they want to take to the next level.
Yeah, that's hard. Because first thing is funding. Because to be able to scale up, you need funding. You need a team. Because maybe I was building an operating system, right? And maybe at some part I felt like I was doing good. Then I want to like make it better. You need a team. You could have friends who, Charlie, on a mind day will help you. But at some points, you need money. So that's where the idea of funding comes in. So you can bring in more experienced people and more like capable hands to help you push your idea from just an MVP, like something that to show for, into like the main deal. And I mean, I feel like that's just one bit of it. That's why maybe you say I'm into marketing now, because building your product is just one thing, but marketing and selling it is another.
Marketing and selling is another.
Yeah.
So after you built your product, since you are into marketing, let's say you've been able to fund it to a little bit, where it's past the MVP stage, you are now dealing with a workable product.
Yeah.
What are some marketing strategies that you can use to get your few hundred or your few thousand customers at that point, where you've decided not to go through the 9-to-5 route and you want to set up something for yourself?
I think one, it depends on the kind of product you build, and two, I'll use modern trends. Like now, developers are more of giving updates on what they are doing, how they are building the products, what's the next stage in whatever they are doing on social media, and Twitter is literally like the place. So realize that for developers, their go-to place is usually Twitter, because was it Slack? During the COVID, the Slack CEO was doing a lot of updates on there. So you have to decide who your target audience is. If let's say I'm building a to-do list, I know that people or my target audience might be maybe these young, busy entrepreneurs, or the older ones who might not maybe have a PA or something, but they need to have something that reminds them of what to do. Okay, on Twitter, what's going to happen is maybe my first tweet is I'm building something to help people have a purpose, to help people remember the things they have to do. You give updates. Oh, this is where we've got into. This is how the UI is looking like. So people or your target audience, maybe they might not like, what's this to do app, but they see your progress and be like, yo, I want to try this app. Then the idea of a wish list or a wait list, yes, call it a wait list for them, and for them to be able to, like, I think I want to try this app when it's ready or something like that. And through that wait list, you get their contact details to now be able to send them personalized information.
Messages.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Like, oh, okay, we're at this stage. We just won our first round seed, whatever thing, second round. This is what we're looking at doing next up. We'll be launching in this month. So like they are up to date. They're like, oh, Charlie, these people they really mean it. They are doing it. People like to see progress. Like you are making it big.
I get that. So from idea stage.
Like you let them feel like they are part of it when you are building that. So it's like something I made for you.
You are on the waiting list, or the first person to try out the products. That's awesome. Good tips over there. Next thing is, do you think that because people in tech earn higher than, I'd say, regular jobs,
There
regular
are some regular
9 to
jobs
5
that,
jobs.
oh God.
People in tech earn higher than regular 9 to 5 jobs. You think it's easier for someone in tech to, let's say, reach financial independence because they have more money coming in? They have more money coming in. They can use it for
There's one
more
thing,
things.
there's a difference between making money and a difference between managing money.
Yeah.
So, yes, somebody could be in tech making money and he's just buying cars, buying houses, living some lavish life, but not thinking about the aftermath. Because I feel like people in tech, if they don't, like I said, constantly update yourself or get to know the trends, learn. It's like you always have to learn. You decide, oh, I'm a Python developer, I'm good at that, I'm okay there. Be there. Some years to come, maybe that won't be in demand anymore. And how are you going to be making money? You get it? So you always have to learn. You have to learn how to manage your money. That's it. If it's investments, if it's in buying more devices, equipment, paying for APIs, things that now will make in turn make money for you.
As you are not there.
Yeah.
So then your income is not necessarily linked to your productivity hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what have been some important lessons you've learned so far from your career and other experiences with the various businesses you've worked with?
I hate to say this, but I think you always have to make room for mistakes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to make room for mistakes.
You have to, I don't know how to call it. Regardless of whatever you think, oh, yo, this is going to work. I hate disappointments. I hate mistakes, right? But I always have to make room for it so that you're able to learn. Like I said from the beginning, tech is always about learning and keeping up to date with stuff. It's like a computer, it's always updating itself. You always have to learn and update yourself with what's happening or the trends. Even if you are stuck on one field, you always have to update yourself with that. And that's it. So that's one. Two, I don't believe in in the tech field. I think one thing to learn is ideas could be the same, right? But the way it's interpreted is what's going to make you different.
Ideas could be the same, but the way it is
interpreted, there's this current
could make it different.
Over the past 2-3 years or 5 years, current trend in Fintech.
Yeah.
Everybody's
That's true. Lots of startups.
Everybody is doing an app, send money to this, send money to that. It's the same. It's literally the same. So I wake up, or if I just came out of SHS, I'm like, okay, I want to be able to send money, but I want to use an app. I don't want to do *170 like MTN. Then in my face, there's Slide Pay, there's Bezo Money, there's Express Pay, there's now the banks also have their
own applications as well.
The point is, what extra curve or what unique thing should keep me with you?
Right.
That's it. What unique thing should keep me with you? I think in the fintechs, the reason why I use an app, I don't know if it's free marketing for them or whatever, but okay. I use Express Pay is whenever I have a transaction problem, like they are on 24/7
customer service.
Even if it's at 3 a.m., they'll get a result from me. That's with Express Pay. And when you go on Twitter, you do some social listening, like just type Express Pay or the other platforms, you realize that this is the same thing people say about them. You realize that everybody is doing the same thing. But how can you make yours different? Response times and all of that.
Things to note if you want to start your own products and put into your own business.
Yeah.
When you start at that stage, do you think you should be money driven?
No.
Or passion driven or impact driven? Because you do want to make money in the end.
In the first place, your passion drives you. Like your passion drives you from beginning to there's no end till you die. That's your passion. The impact is the end game. Like you have to make impact in people's life. That's why MTN mobile money is MTN mobile money now. They've made an impact. From the marketing from me, I'll say since that means I can add. I don't know if you remember it.
No,
Do you ever
I think
watch
I
it?
was young.
Jesus Christ.
I was young.
And
I
all
don't
this-
remember.
Did you watch it? Yeah. Mr. Akan. That ad was just about a lady in the village, and I think her kid from outside or in Accra was sending her money, and she was wondering how she was going to get it, if I remember right. And he sent it by mobile money, and she withdrew it in her village, and she was like, Mr. Akan running around the whole town like she was receiving money. Everybody was chasing her.
Before they were using a bus, I heard.
Yeah. And then what
Send money
happened?
to people.
Yes. And then what happened was there was this kid on the boat, and it was like, Nasikano on him.
Okay.
Then the money was on their phone. So the money, instead of, like you said, the buses to send the money to their mothers in the village, the money was just sent from his phone to his mother's phone in the village, and she could withdraw it anywhere. It didn't have to be physical, sent to her somewhere for it to get missing. And that was like MTN. They made an impact. Now, the people in the market, the villages, there's no excuse not to send someone money. That's if you have it too. Not that if you are broke.
That's if you have the money.
If you have it.
Okay. Being impact driven, because I think most people lose focus.
Yeah,
and
when the
they-
money start coming in, like the investors are coming, they see rounds, so are passing them, making large. Then your app is still the app.
You're not improving in any way.
Yeah, no impact, nothing.
So it's important to always keep that in focus.
Yeah,
Oh, I love
true.
that. Okay.
it should serve a purpose. Like in my space, like in marketing and branding, I feel like right now brands should be purpose driven. You should have a purpose for which you have the brand, you have the product, and that's that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. To round it up, what do you think the relationship between value and money is
That's a question, though.
from a tech perspective? Since the value you be given will be some sort of tech solution.
No, so value to the consumer, like the user,
Value
or
to the consumer that someone will be willing to pay for.
yeah, I don't know how to put it. Value comes first, because if somebody is using your product and the person is getting the value they seek to get, or like I said, you should have a purpose, and it's with your purpose that I would also use your product. Maybe your purpose for your app is to cater for maybe it could be a voice driven for Fintech app that caters for the disabled, like people that can use their hands or something. It gives me value because I'm like, I can use this app without even having to type or anything, use the short code or whatever thing, and yes, I would easily transact with the app. It serves my needs. It gives me value. You make your money. I get my money. My value comes first. I mean, regardless. Maybe I'm not explaining it right, but value always comes first before money.
But one key thing you've
If
said
someone
to
sees
me
value in something, they'll continue to use it.
to pay for it.
Yeah.
One key thing you've said for me is to always be impact driven. I
Yeah.
think that's going to stay with me.
Yeah.
So, Bruce, where can we reach you on social media?
You can always get me on Twitter,
Twitter.
I think Instagram. Twitter and Instagram and LinkedIn. So on LinkedIn is Emmanuel Bruce, if I'm right. I think you'll see head of brands and comms, Hakla Foundation there. And then Twitter is _Kwanzaa.
_Kwanzaa.
Yeah, that's _KWANSA on both Instagram and Twitter.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Any last words for our listeners, though? Be impact driven.
Thank you. You said it all.
Hi guys, thank you for staying with us. If you want to start an extra stream of income, or if you want to create an extra stream of income, and you're looking at the tech space, I hope this episode has sort of given you some perspective and some information that you can use to put into your skill that you're developing, or put into your career, or even your business that you're starting, so we can all secure the bag and grow and become better. And as Bruce said, be impact driven, guys. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share with your friends. Be BezoSmart.